Hey, we're playing BeamNG and we're trying one of these new maps from Spieler, which is the Long Road, which is a bit of an homage to the Long Drive. We're just going to have a drive and see what we can see. I've tried to kind of replicate a little bit the kind of Long Drive, starting with not much in the way of fuel. So I've only put a couple of litres in the tank, and then what I'm going to do is, if we find anything interesting, obviously I can't find any little fuel canisters, but I can imagine we have. If we find anything interesting, then I can top the fuel up a little bit, and let's just go and see what we can see. I haven't really had much of an explore on this map yet. By the time this comes out, I might have released a couple of videos on it. But at the time of recording, this is one of my first drives. I've driven up here the first bit and seen a watchtower, but that's all I know so far. So I'm hoping this car's going to get there. It's looking a little bit rusty, but then so do the cars on the Long Drive when you start off. It's a cool map, this one. I love the Long Drive. If you've not played it, it's a post-apocalyptic style game where you appear in a house and you have a car and everyone's gone, and there is a note for your mum, and you've got to then go and see her, find her. But there's cool radio stations to listen to, and it's just a very weird game but fun nonetheless. And you can take apart your car and put it together and find new parts and clean it and respray it, and find Easter eggs and things along the way. You have to eat and drink and wee and burp and all the other things. It's a fun game. It's a fun game, certainly for a few hours, if not more. So anyway, yeah, this is a map that kind of plays into that world a little bit. And so that's why I've gone for the beaten up, rusty old vehicle, just to try and make me feel a little bit like I'm playing the Long Drive. It was actually quite nice to drive, really. I mean, I'm not sure about the braking time and handling, but it's doing a reasonable job so far. We're like fourth gear, we're up to slow, and there's the watchtower flying past. Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit closer to that rock than I wanted to be. Right, I was just gonna keep driving until I either ran out of fuel or I crashed. But given that I've crashed and we're 2 minutes in, I might have to flip my vehicle round and just keep going from here with a brand new vehicle. There we go. That never happens. Let's keep going. I'm not gonna go and have a look at the watchtower. Don't know, can we go up the watchtower? Maybe we can't. I suppose I could leave the vehicle in walking mode and take a look. Anyway, let's keep going because I've driven to this bit. Let's see what's down the hill. So I think there are at least 3 biomes in this map, I think. So we've got the kind of the wooded, foresty area and the desert, and I think there's an icy bit as well, but I'm not sure. That looks like a road there. Okay, let's go and have a look down here. No, we don't have that in the Long Drive, do we? We don't have a road off the side. I can see a house through the trees. I wonder if this is a play on one of the spooky houses. Let's go and take a look. I'm hoping there aren't any zombies. I'm so hungry. Don't be scared. Everyone has to die sometime. Why not now? You can see I played that game too much. Ah, cool. I mean, how cool would it be if you could explore inside? No, that's nice, and I like all the eerie music. Cool touch there. That's nice. I'm going to work on the basis that I would have probably found a little bit of fuel if I was playing a Long Drive, so I'm going to put a little bit more gas in the tank. It helps if I apply it. Okay, let's get going. I suppose I could probably do my body work up as I want as well, couldn't I? Certainly change the colour. Perhaps if I get to yeah, maybe if I get far enough through, I'll treat myself to a change of skin, of livery, as if I found a nice scrubbing brush and a spray paint can. Right, let's get back out here onto the road. One thing I've noticed we're missing is telegraph poles along the sides of the road, which if I don't have those, I wouldn't have a clue where I was going on the long drive. This car does reasonably well actually, even with the hills. It's a reasonable cruising speed, 65 miles an hour. He says as we're now dropping down. As we go down this hill, let's just roll. Stick it in neutral, and let's just roll down. Okay, it's not in neutral, but we are rolling down. Let's save some fuel. I mean, the only downside is when we're reaching 100 in this car is then stopping. If we need to turn. 106, 107. There we go. I can see the mountains in the very distance are quite icy, and then I can see a bit of desert up ahead as well. So hopefully we can find something in the second biome today. I don't know how far we're going to get. Rusty car on the side. I think one thing I do miss is the radio. Maybe I'll put some on in the background. Put some of the soundtrack from the long. Put some. Yeah, that's it's a tree. I mean, are we going to be able to keep going with this? I mean, what we're in 7 minutes into the video, and I've managed to hit the rocks and a tree. And I don't think the car's going to make it up this hill. I mean, this is going to be an incredibly long drive if I keep going. Right, let's just imagine that didn't happen and reset our car. Alright, let's go, let's go. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I might put some of the soundtrack on. That could be a good idea. The other thing we haven't got the crazy zombie rabbits, flesh-eating rabbit things. More than a little bit weird. Also, we haven't had any rocks in the middle of the road yet, just to keep you on your toes. Let's just sit back, enjoy the music. I genuinely was a little bit panicked then that I'd lost my legs. I looked down and didn't have any legs, but I've got to remember I am an invisible person in the world of BeamNG. I haven't really spent much time in this car before. Quite like the interior, square dials. Just realised we're doing 116 miles an hour. Making some good progress. Making some good progress. Way more than is comfortable in this car. I had a 4-speed automatic Mustang. Reminds me of that. Getting up to 4. 1967, I think it was. Fast approaching the sort of desert biome. Ah, look, we've got some telegraph poles, and we've got cacti. It really is the long drive now, and those rocks look like something straight out of the long drive. Although I do need some of the graphical glitches that I get on the long drive, but I don't know, that's just me. I also reckon if I hit the cactus on here, I don't think my car's going to survive. I'm not going to try it, considering I've had to start again twice. Although that little bit of driving there will possibly prove otherwise, that I look like I was trying to aim for a telegraph pole. Let's just go off. Let's go off into the sand for a minute and see. Computer's catching up with the map. I mean, I'm quite glad in a way that these little rocks in amongst the sand aren't sending my car flying like they do on the long drive sometimes. The car again handles surprisingly well on the sand. There we go. Ah, what's this on the left hand side? That's cool. It's like an abandoned building, a little abandoned town. There's more to it than what I've found on the long drive so far, but that's cool. That's a dead end round here. I was hoping it would loop back round. Cool. Right, let's get back onto the track. How are we doing for petrol? I've got enough for the moment. Low fuel light's not on. Can't be bad. Keeping those telegraph poles on the right hand side. Although we're missing the actual wires. There we are. I actually quite miss the zombies. Try my new humane way of killing them. You can see if I will not kill them, but I will get them to voluntarily fall down into the well, and then I can just sort of keep them down in the bottom of the well, and they don't get in my way then. Now we've got something else coming up on the right hand side. What's this? It's like a petrol station. I'm sure I've seen people. Oh no, I was going to say I haven't seen a petrol station in the long drive, but I have. Maybe it's a supermarket I've not seen. I'm sure I've seen in videos of people going to the supermarket or a little mini mart type thing. I've not seen those at all on the long drive, but that might just be whatever seed I'm in. Right, let's assume that I found another little canister of some oil. Let's top my, not with some oil, with fuel, some gas. Let's top that up a little bit. Although we weren't desperately low. And we've probably got some food there as well. And then there was this path over here. Let's go and take a look and see what we can see along here. I can kind of see why speeders put these little paths off the main road, because otherwise, because the map's so big, you just miss it, wouldn't you? Whereas on the long drive, you kind of know that things can spawn anywhere randomly. What's that? Ah, it's a UFO. Maybe these are what have been flying over the USA and Canada. It's not a Chinese weather balloon after all. It's a UFO. That's quite a cool model of UFO, that one. I wonder if... I won't be one flying, will there? I suppose there could be. First time I saw one on the long drive, it did take me a little bit by surprise. I was just driving along at night and then radio cut out and then UFO appeared. I saw someone, who was it, who jumped on, someone on one of the, on YouTube was able to get on top of the UFO. I'd say this biome, there we go, that's what we need. This biome reminds me of the long drive more so than the forest, but maybe that's because I spent more time in the desert on the long drive. The old cargo ship, where you can find barrels of pretty much whatever you need underneath. Oil, alcohol, gas, not so much water, unless it's mixed with other things. Right, let's... I don't think I've found a cargo ship where I haven't been able to completely fill up my tank, so perhaps in a moment I should imagine I've been able to fill up my tank. Although I'm actually doing okay for fuel. Oh, another rusty car. Right, there's something in the sky up ahead. It's either some weird graphical glitch or it's something flying. Let's go take a look. I mean, it helps if I try and drive on the road rather than just swerving off onto the side. I think this is definitely most comfortable at about 70 miles an hour on flat ground. It's quite nice. What is that flying up there? It's definitely flying, isn't it? It's not now a graphical glitch. I wonder, looking at that little zoom in, whether it is the UFO. I feel like it almost needs to be darker for us to see a UFO. Let's go and take a closer look, shall we? Right, let's pull over and then imagine we were going to sleep, and then that will enable us to then wake up in the night. I don't know about you guys, but I feel well rested and ready for another day, even though it's now the night time. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Anyway, it's definitely looking rather UFO-like, isn't it? And looking more impressive now it's night time. Let's go and drive and have a closer look and see what we can see. I mean, the other one that we saw, it landed. I want to say crash landed, but I don't know if it crashed or just landed badly. It's just weave in and out of these cacti. Why is it? Oops. Get the bush through the car. That's there. I couldn't see it for a second. If I'm in first person view in the behind the wheel, can't see it. I'll drive using the dash cam angle. So approach with caution. I quite like the effect of the UFO reflecting on the roof and the window. There you go, it's back again. I'd lost it for a minute. Okay, why do I have a bad feeling about approaching this green circle? Okay, let's just take it steady, Eddie. Okay, right. Okay, that's not ideal. Right, I kind of take that as a sign that maybe this should be the end of this episode.